Hello everyone, this is X-Walk-Hill Bethelite here. Now let's talk about something that we all know a lot about. Most of us know a lot about. And that is the discussion groups. Whether it be Facebook or just online in general, the XJW discussion groups is something that a lot of us have joined, a lot of us have some experience with. And recently, I saw a post and actually a few posts on Facebook where, and this is something that I've been seeing for a while now, where people are saying, hey, I'm done with this. I'm tired of the XJW Facebook groups or online groups and what have you, or people that have moderated the groups get burned out, they get tired of it for this reason or that reason, typically having something to do with people just not getting along, or people, just that typically having something to do with it, people just not being happy, being critical of others, different things like that. So I will just go into my experience. And you know me, I'm going to keep it all the way real. So, coming from Bethel, I didn't have people to talk to that would understand where I'm coming from. The JWs, it's in one ear, and then as soon as they hear anything negative, it's just closed-minded. They don't want to hear anything. And I'm coming from one of the most traumatic experiences in my life. So obviously I'm looking for people to talk to about it. And at that time, I wasn't aware that there were online groups with all former Jehovah's Witnesses all getting together to have discussion. I wasn't aware of it. So when I first left Watchtower, when it first became apparent, there's no way this is the truth, I started to look for the truth online, Googling this, Googling that, doing research online, typing in Jehovah's Witness this, Jehovah's Witness that, trying to get as much information as I possibly could, and then I run across a Jehovah's Witness discussion group. I'm thinking, a Jehovah's Witness discussion group, what is this? I do a little more research and come to find out that this is a group of people who have left Watchtower. And they've come together to fellowship online. Don't you know I dropped everything? I went ahead and joined that group so fast, and my first post was about me leaving, Bethel, or about me technically being laid off or put out of Bethel. So of course, people start commenting on it. And I may not remember everything in detail because this was quite a while ago. I think it was JWD online or something like that, Jehovah's Witness discussion forums or something to that effect. This is my first experience with an ex-Jehovah's Witness discussion forum, an ex-Jehovah's Witness online group. Very first. One of the first times I've even talked to an ex-Jehovah's Witness was in one of those groups, and it's in this group in particular I'm telling you about. Back from Bethel, trying to understand all this, have no one to talk to that understands where I'm coming from. I even talk to people at work where I used to work. They don't know what I'm talking about. They don't know what a Bethel is. So this group was like a ray of hope. I have someone that I'll be able to talk to now. So of course, I'm telling you, my hands are literally shaking. I can't believe There's a whole online group full of people that might be like me. So I'm on this online group and I'm talking about what happened at Bethel, and man, they did this to me, they did that to me, and now I'm trying to, get reestablished, and I never thought anything like this could happen. And first interaction is me getting banned from Jehovah's Witness discussion forum. My first interaction is me getting banned. And the reason why, they didn't think I was from Bethel, or at least one person in particular just didn't think I was from Bethel. They said that one reason I think they didn't think I was from Bethel is because I was spelling things wrong. Don't ask me what the correlation is with a Bethelite and non-Bethelite as far as spelling is concerned, because I probably was spelling everything wrong. My hands was shaking, never had any experience like that before, discussing things online with a whole bunch of people that pretty much said they were all former Jehovah's Witnesses, so I thought I could just openly discuss all this. They thought, A, I wasn't from Bethel because I was spelling things wrong, I think. B, they called me a troll, and they said the reason why I was a troll was because people would want to hear from a former Bethelite. So for that reason, I must not be a former Bethelite. I must be a troll. I got blocked. I mean, I don't even think it was blocked. I got banned for that. That alone, I got banned. My first experience with ex-Jehovah's Witnesses was one of those groups, and I got banned the first day I was on it because I was spelling things wrong, and I can't be a former Bethelite. That just sounds too good to them. That I must be a troll. So I think I even tried whatever you call it, signing up for it. I got back on it under a different name. They figured out it was me. I was so desperate to have somebody to talk to that I tried to get back on under a different name and just join in other people's discussions. They figured out it was me and then banned me again. And I sat and I thought about it. I said, why exactly would a group of former Jehovah's Witnesses ban someone because they said they were from Bethel? Just solely off of that reason. Well, one reason is because people are after followers. They're after attention. They're wanting people to find them important. The importance that they didn't get in Watchtower. The following they didn't get in Watchtower. The authority they didn't get in Watchtower. They're pursuing that, and they're pursuing that with people who have left. And someone saying that they are from Bethel probably would have garnished a lot of attention. A lot of attention they don't want anybody else to have. That's the only logical reason to ban somebody, just because they spelled. I don't think it was because I spelled things wrong. I think it was because I said I was from Bethel, and that would have got some attention. So they're like, let's calm that down. We're trying to get all the attention here. We're trying to be the elders of the ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. See? So we need to find a reason to ban him. Oh, he's spelling stuff wrong. So let's say he's not from Bethel because he's spelling stuff wrong. That's my first experience with ex-Jehovah's Witness groups, and I'm just being honest, was getting banned. Straight out of Bethel, getting banned. I'm brand new ex-Jehovah's Witness. So when I hear people to this day saying they're done with ex-Jehovah's Witness groups, I understand the reasoning behind that. And then I ended up, at some point, joining another, because there's a ton of them. One thing, there's almost countless ex-Jehovah's Witness videos, and there's darn near countless ex-Jehovah's Witness groups. So I ended up joining another one, and this was a smaller one, and I actually didn't get banned or blocked from that one, but people didn't get along. Now, I met friends on that group. I met people who invited me to their city, and I went to their city and they would show me around. there was good that came from being a part of that group. I was a part of a group of people, and this is maybe, it was a smaller group. I was a part of a group of people that could talk about Watchtower, could talk about this, could talk about that, and talk about it openly. Could talk about their experiences and not get judged for it. Until I got to a point where I wanted to start looking for the truth. And I start going to different churches. And of course, I can't share this with my family. Who do I share it with? People I start getting close to in that XJW group. Well, that starts a whole firestorm. Me sharing my experiences going to church. I wasn't trying to force other people to go to church. I'm just sharing experiences with people I feel are my friends. And I start getting attacked for it. I guess there were atheists there, and they felt everybody needs to be an atheist. And keep in mind, that's what we're coming from as Jehovah's Witnesses, former Jehovah's Witnesses, is the concept that there's one way to view things. Every other way is wrong. So yeah, we all get along as long as all we're talking about is negative things about Watchtower. And all we're talking about is sexual things. And all we're talking about is stuff we're not supposed to talk about because we're part of Watchtower, just being bad essentially. But then once we start talking about our actual viewpoints on things in life, then there's a clash because the concept is, I guess, everybody's got to think this my way. So there were atheists there. There were people like that, and they were vehemently, whatever that word is, against me sharing my experiences visiting different churches. And some of the people there were interested in what I had to say, but the other ones wouldn't allow them to hear. They didn't want anybody to go to another church. In their mind, everybody needs to be an atheist. So my second experience, my first experience on an XJW group, fresh brand new ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, to just flat out get blocked, banned. My second is make a few friends, but then once I start talking about anything outside of I hate Watchtower and let's all go to a strip club, when I start talking about anything outside of just being bad, or being apostate stuff, immediately there's just all kinds of arguments. We can't just agree to disagree. We can't say, okay, I'm not going to a church, but you can talk to whoever wants to talk to you about it. It can't be that. It must be an argument. It must be an argument. And really, the solution I ended up finding, and I'm not saying don't join an ex-Jehovah's Witness group. I'm not saying don't start one. I'm saying this is my experience with it. This is what kind of fixed the situation. I ended up, since I was looking at churches and trying to find the true church, I ended up joining groups that were church groups. Online discussion Baptist groups, online discussion Catholic groups, online discussion Pentecostal groups. Never got banned from any of them. Keep in mind, I was still indoctrinated to a certain extent. So I'm posting darn near whole watchtowers. When they start talking about the Trinity, I debate them on it. I'm right. I'm being the argumentative Jehovah's Witness, ex-Jehovah's Witness on their forum. I'm right. I couldn't explain why I was right, so I just find the watchtower on the Trinity and just post darn near the whole thing. Eventually, some of them said, okay, you can summarize, but you can't post whole watchtowers, but none of them blocked me. None of them banned. I've never been banned from any online group ever other than ex-Jehovah's Witness online groups. And I've discussed things that were unpopular in some of those groups. The only thing that's ever happened is sometimes they may, after the discussion has just gone circular for a while, they may say, okay, well, we'll go ahead and end this thread. It's not going anywhere, but they've never banned or blocked me. I was always able to post again. The only time was XJW groups I've ever been banned or blocked, or okay, I gotta wait 24 hours before I can post again, or whatever the time period is. And again, I think that a lot of what is in Watchtower flows into some of the XJW groups, because that's where we're coming from. People sometimes are products of their environment, and their environment was Watchtower. So you have people that want to be the elders of the group. You have people that want to control everything in the group. You have people that it's my way or we're going to ban you. There's definitely not a whole lot of discussion to try to understand things. It's immediate argument. Of course, you're going to have a lot of people that are just unhappy in general. There's going to be a lot of people. I remember there was something going on where, okay, to be a part of this group, you have to do Kingdom Hall crashes. If you do not do Kingdom Hall crashes, you are not this or that. You're not a part of this group. It's always going to be almost. They're always going to almost. They have almost their own doctrine that you have to follow. So again, the solution for me was to join online groups that weren't XJW online groups. I was still a part of some, but I wasn't solely a part of XJW online groups. I joined other ones. And when I joined other ones, since I didn't get banned and blocked, I ended up making friends. I was on them for so long, I ended up making friends. People sent me things in the mail. I ended up talking on the phone with somebody. And I ended up meeting the XJWs that ended up helping me a lot. I met them through non-XJW groups. I met the XJWs that I ended up being friends with and going to dinner with and all kinds of things, and they really helped me out when I was fresh out of Bethel. The way I met them was not necessarily from the XJW groups. I met some people, but the people that ended up being lasting friends, a lot of them I met through discussion groups that were non-JW related, ran by some other church or something like that. You end up lasting longer in there. You make more friends in those groups because you last longer before you get booted out or before you argue with everybody. So comment down below, let me know what you think about all of the different groups that you've joined. What groups do you like? What groups have you joined where you didn't have any problems? Because if I was to talk to people who were fresh out, new Jehovah's Witnesses, I wouldn't tell them not to join XJW groups, but I would tell them to join some other ones also. That way, when your family's not talking to you, you don't get attached to this XJW group and then they end up shunning you just the same when you don't agree with whoever is the elder of that group or whoever is the must have all the attention. So that's about that. You know what I mean? That's my experience with it. I've only been deeply involved with a couple of them. The JW discussion forum, and there was another one I think was ran by Ruben. A lot of people know him. This is not a secret. He ran a lot of groups and helped a lot of people. He helped a lot of people. And I think even he got tired of it. Now, if he got tired of it, and he's got more experience than anybody I know running these groups. If he got tired of it and said, you know, that's enough, something's wrong. Something's wrong. You ain't got to listen to me. But if he says there's something wrong, something's wrong. So, my solution, you can have online friends. You can discuss all of these things. But join groups that are non-JW related. Join groups that are not XJW groups. You know, expand. It's almost like what we were taught as JWs. Widen out a little bit. Make more friends. 937-789-4029. Shoot me a text or something. We'll discuss it. X Walk Hill Bethelite signing out.